Welcome to another episode of Thriving by Nature. I'm your host, Bethany Stone, and today we're going to talk about consistency and how consistency is key in our lives on so many different aspects. So, of course, I like to always start or at least talk about a story in between that kind of teaches the subject that I'm teaching. This story, I'm sure you've heard of it, is the tortoise and the hare. So, once upon a time, as all good stories start, there was a tortoise and a hare, and this tortoise was slow, like all tortoises are. He didn't move fast, but he was also very humble. And then there was a hare, and he was super just egotistical. He would zip around the forest and he would make fun of all the different creatures. And one day he zipped by that little tortoise and he goes, "You move so slow. Are you so exhausted from just moving an inch a day?" And the tortoise looked at him and he said, "You know what? Why don't we race? I would love to race you to the top of the hill." And the hare goes, "Pff, of course. Sure, let's do that." So all the forest animals, they lined up and they got ready for the big race. So the race started. And of course, the hare just zips off as fast as he can. Super duper fast. And the tortoise just goes. Well, pretty soon the hare is about halfway through the race and he looks behind him. And when he looks behind, he sees that that tortoise has just barely crossed that starting line. And he is just super slow, just plodding along. So the hare decides to take a little nap. It's like, oh, he'll never catch up. It's a hot day. I'm tired. So sits down by an oak tree and just falls asleep. Well, slowly that tortoise continues to go and he just moves forward consistently, ever steady, moving, moving, moving. And the hare wakes up. And when the hare wakes up, he looks around to see the tortoise, and he is inches away from the finish line. So the hare gets up and runs as fast as he can. But the tortoise crossed that finish line before the hare. So the moral of that story is slow and steady wins the race. And that is what consistency is about. It is about continuing on no matter how hard it is, no matter the difficulty of it, not quitting, moving forward. There's so many times that people want to quit. And there's a statistic that says that 92% of people do not accomplish their goals or they quit. And the reason why they quit is because they stop showing up. Stop showing up at the gym, stop showing up for their diet, stop showing up for whatever it is, and they just stop showing up for themselves. And when you stop showing up, you're like the hare, you just quit and you stopped waiting for everything to happen to you. And that makes a big difference. A little side note. If you notice, my background is different, and I was a couple days late on posting this podcast. It is because I am in Bali. I'm actually at a coach retreat, which is beautiful and amazing. And I think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this time for my podcast, because the key to any change in our lives is consistency. If you want any true change in any aspect, you have to put in the work. You have to always move forward. You cannot stop and be stagnant and wait for things to happen to you. You need to continue moving those steps and moving forward. Um, I run, and I'm not a crazy fast runner, but I'm also not really young. And this is my tortoise and hare story. I have a son who is a cross country runner, or was when he was in high school, and he always wanted me to run with him. So I decided I would start running. I ran in high school, it won't be very hard. Well, here's the thing. when you get older, it is not so easy to jump into running again. Your body just moves in different ways and things jiggle where you didn't think they would jiggle. And there's just a lot of things that you just, joints hurt, like all the things that you didn't have when you were younger. Your mind may still be there, but your body's like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to kill me? So I started very slow, started to run. And it was difficult. It was really, really hard. And if I was so sore, I was sore for weeks and weeks, and I just kept trying to go. And finally, somebody told me a running tip that you find a ton of music that you like and only run during the chorus. So, walk during the the verse. Walk during the verse and run during the chorus. And so I created a playlist. That is what helped me get through that hump. But it was the consistency as well. It was the always showing up. I now can run a 5K under 35 minutes, which is my goal. I just PR'd a couple weeks ago and ran a 5K in 32 minutes. It takes consistency. The first time I tried to run 3 miles, it took me forever and I couldn't consistently run. Now I can just consistently run. Am I always running a 10-minute mile? No. Am I consistently running? Yes. And that's the difference, the consistency. Now, I'm not saying everyone needs to go out there and start running, but what I'm saying is there's another flip side of this. I stopped running for a while. And when I stopped running, it was so much harder to start running again. And I had to go through all of the pain that I went through at the beginning. So, is running a trap? Kind of. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like if I stop running, I won't be able to run. So now I am now a runner. Look at that. I'm now a runner. But the other side of that is because I've been consistent, my body's healthier for it. My strength is better. My bones are stronger. And as, we get older, we need to have all those things anyway. So it's great. But if you stop, it's so much harder to start. This is true in so many different aspects because Sir Isaac Newton, he actually discovered when the apple fell on his head by the apple tree about gravity, and he realized that momentum created more momentum. So every single time you feel tired, I do this trick saying 1, 2, 3, go. That's what I say in my brain. And at 3, I have to go. Or at go. 3 is the prep. And then I go. And after I go, it's amazing because the more I move, the more energy I get. The more I sit around, tireder I get. Momentum creates more momentum. Consistency creates more movement. Continually moving forward, sticking with what you say you're going to do, holding yourself accountable, and always taking that next step. Always moving forward in some way that is going to fulfill you and so you can fulfill others. You need to continue, even if it's just a little step. We don't have to be perfect, but we do have to make progress. So, as you're on this journey, I wish you the best of luck because consistency is key to everything. Whatever goal you have, it's the consistency behind it that's going to make it happen. So, thank you. This has been another podcast, Thriving by Nature podcast. If you like my podcasts and you like learning about little life skills to support you and move you along, I would love to have you join me in person. I am doing a self-care yacht cruise through Europe from Nuremberg to Budapest. And I'm so excited about this. It's going to be amazing. I'll be running my self-care course, your emotional, spiritual, physical, social, and intellectual self-care so that you can know how to be the best self and have all the life skills to be able to push yourself forward. That is going to be next year in June, June 17th. But we're selling the cruise now, and Cruise Line is giving me a deal that if you book before December 31st, you can get $750 off this amazing all-inclusive yacht cruise, which is going to be epic. Um, if you are interested in this, go ahead and email me at bethany@thrivingbynature.com or check out my website, thrivingbynature.com. And there you will find a link to go to the cruise and check it out and see how awesome it's going to be. I am so excited to support and help with my little life skills that I teach. So thank you for joining me again for another episode of Thriving by Nature.